Hello, everybody. And we should be live.
Hello!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And welcome.
Jesus Christ, Anthony, you're so loud.
Welcome to this week's episode of the 409 podcast.
I am
With
actually going to have
me-
to take this off.
Or sorry, let's do it like this. Anthony has returned as your host once again. And with me, in any order whatsoever, everyone start introducing himself.
So we've got me back from hiatus because I had a job and a life. So, yeah.
My cable's twisted again.
We've also got... should we go to Shaggy next? He's down at the bottom.
Hello.
Yeah, just a second.
Shaggy with the green screen.
I have green screen. No, this is just my wall. I've got crazy wallpaper.
Yeah. Stop.
No, I'm a Twitch streamer. Hello. I just turned up and they were like, "Hey."
So we've got Stob as well, who is below me to my left. That way. Catherine, obviously, because she's here for 98% of the podcasts.
Yeah, I have nothing better to do
Yeah, well...
other than drink. Which I can
And then, of course, there's me, Anthony.
Yes, there is.
And yes, I did just headline and end out intro. But yes, so we have
Ooh,
a
Austin,
lot of things to talk about today, apparently.
Yeah. a few things.
And before we get into that, I just want to say that this episode of the 409 podcast would only be available had it not been for Squarespace. We'll talk a little bit about them later.
Yep.
But onto the headline.
Yes.
And this is something that's been worked on for a little while.
Behind the
gonna
scenes.
try-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something that a lot of people will know about, but there's something pretty big coming up soon.
Mhm.
Hopefully a lot of people will know about it. It's Extra Life's big game day, big marathon will be coming up on the 3rd and 4th
Yes.
of November. So
Yes.
it's not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yes.
And
Wow, it's actually that close.
and Catherine have been putting a lot of time and effort into working out how to do an extended stream. Oh,
Jesus.
well.
That was my fault. I apologise.
I muted mine.
Just break Anthony's roll there. Keep going, Anthony.
And I think there's a bit of an announcement to make. So, Stuart, go ahead.
So is that regards to the fact we're doing a 24-hour live stream on that day?
So we are doing a 24-hour live stream. It'll go from
10 till 10.
10 till 10.
10 a.m. on the 3rd to 10 a.m. on the 4th.
Now, of course, that won't be a full 25-hour because we're not in daylight savings transition that day.
Yeah.
But it will still be a very long time. Hopefully, everyone will come along. The schedule of the sort of things that will be streamed during that 24 hours will be made available hopefully by this, well, definitely by this time next week, hopefully early next week.
I mean, what we want to do is try and get it sorted by the end of this week because we've still got a few things to sort out. And
Probably need
Which
to
we
replace
won't-
the microphone.
yeah, probably need to... Oh, goodness. Here's a thing I could say about this. So...
You should have told me before I touched it.
Right. We bought... So, Anthony, we bought 2 extra microphones for the sake of the stream, as well as a 4-input mixer.
I remember you telling
Well,
me.
I did.
Yeah, and for the other guys who did this. So, Catherine ordered these, and if anyone knows Catherine, she doesn't have to...
Can I just say, these are not getting expensed.
No, they're like 20 quid each.
No.
We pay for these ourselves. But, so... Catherine bought 2. I've got 1 anyway, set down behind me. And if anyone knows Catherine, she has got the greatest hand-eye coordination in the world. So I completely and utterly forgot to tell her that these microphones are incredibly fragile. She left it on the end of a desk, and within 5 minutes of opening
You
the
told
box,
me to put it on the edge of the desk.
I told you to put it on the desk.
You
It
said
fell
to
off.
put it on the desk
So
by my PlayStation
with,
so you could test the direction of...
within
thing.
5 minutes, we were down to 1 microphone because Catherine had dropped it off a desk, which was,
I technically didn't drop it, it fell.
yeah, it fell, and it was
Gravity worked.
yeah, gravity destroyed all hope. But yes,
Yeah, I'm used to using a blue Yeti that I don't even have to touch.
Yeah,
just
true.
over there, and I can hit it and it doesn't break.
For context, they're shotgun microphones.
So
I would
we,
show you, but I'm not gonna touch them.
we've
I can get it
announced
broken.
that... Come on, Cat. We've
Sorry.
announced that we're going to do a 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
We're joined today by two independent streamers, shall we say, with Shaggy and Stop here. Do either of you guys intend on doing any sort of streams during Extra Life on their game day marathon?
I mean, not for my own channel, no, but I normally just bum around and see who's playing stuff on those days anyway. So, like,
Well, I mean, we'll be playing a heck of a lot of like party games, so
yeah, I mean, I'll definitely hang around and join in.
yeah.
The last one on Stop Space 24.
Yeah. Work commitments pending. I possibly will be streaming. I literally find out tomorrow anyway if I can. Anyway, if I can, great. If I can't, then still going to donate, so it's fine.
Yeah. So
I mean, any excuse to get out there and have some fun is not exactly. I mean, it's a problem. It's a bit of money for the kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
It's all
that's
for
it.
the
You know,
kids.
it's amazing what Extra Life have done. And they've raised millions at this point. I think the numbers in the hundreds of millions.
Oh,
from
well
what
over
I
the hundreds,
remember.
I'm presuming by now.
Yeah.
whilst you're
considering how
talking
much
about this,
Rooster
hang on.
Teeth alone, right?
Oh goodness, yeah. From Extra Life Rooster Teeth alone, you're having well into the millions from them at least.
Oh, well, yeah, it's around about 2.5 at this point.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find out how much.
RTK doing one.
Okay, here we go. I've actually found one. So in 2008 to 2009, they raised about 302,000, which was the first time they actually did this. And incidentally, this year it's 10th anniversary. So 2008, $300,000. 2010, $450,000. 2011, $1 million. 2012, $2 million. 2013, $4 million. 2014, $6 million. 2015, $8 million. 2016, $9 million, $600,000. 2017, $11.2 million.
So you're looking at probably about 35 to 40 million there.
Yeah,
Max.
near 50 million quid.
That's a lot for effectively 10 days worth of donations.
And you've also got to remember that it's sort of stuck around the same with gamers now, because 2014, 15, 16, 17, you're looking at about 50,000 gamers over that entire time per game day.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
obviously we'll be streaming. A number of other people throughout the day will be streaming. There will be a lot of communities out there who will be looking to make a lot of money for Extra Life, and whether it's ourselves you donate to or someone else, please just do whatever you can, because Extra Life is a great charity. I personally have seen firsthand stuff that they do over in the States.
Yeah.
I've been past the Austin.
You got the Dell's Children's Hospital, which is incidentally who we are
the
raising
stuff
for.
that they've done there.
We are raising for Dell's, and also, just as a point, Extra Life allows you to join super teams. So what we've done is we have created a sub team under Rooster Teeth. So we are basically raising money through our team, and any money you put through our team goes to Rooster Teeth's total. So that is just a small thing to put out there.
And since we're talking about Rooster Teeth as well, they won't be doing a stream on the 3rd and 4th. They do theirs the following week.
Correct.
They're usually one of like the really high number donation.
It's on my birthday this year.
Sort of teams that do Extra Life streams.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that will be really cool. I know a lot of the stuff that you guys have been working on in the background.
There is more
I'm
things
looking
that we
forward.
want to say about, but can't yet. There is a few more things that I want to say about, but can't, because I have basically said to Anthony I won't say.
And
I
I've
want the
just
eyes.
realized. Sorry.
No, we just
Yeah.
they're not 100%
Yes.
set in stone yet, so they're not being discussed at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's some pretty cool stuff coming, and that will hopefully
End of
is
the
it
week.
the end of this week.
End of this week.
Yeah.
We should have
So
everything
that,
finalised
along
and
with the
nailed.
schedule, will hopefully come out at the same time. But it'll be pretty cool when it happens.
Because our schedule depends on stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I left
so
my
that's
best in the other room.
That's
Anyway.
pretty much all extra life stuff that I had.
Yeah, and
Is there
also what I
anything
had.
else?
And as of now,
Why
we
does
have
it have the cheap
raised
button?
$116
Cool.
as of now.
I'm
We're
gonna
already
just
at
wait for the cheap button.
116. Nice, well done.
So we've raised $116. If you do wish
And
to
what's the target?
the target is 1,000. It's high. Don't get me
Wow,
wrong.
that's a high target.
But at the end of the day, so 1,000 is our target. We would like to hit 500. That is mainly for that, and
Okay.
the fact that 500 is a nice, reasonable goal. 1,000 is the stretch. If you do want to donate, I'm going to plug this now just so it's out there. Let me just find the link and I'll plug it in chat. You do have to do it through one of the specific accounts because it's the one that is actually registered through Rooster Teeth, and it is this one. So that is the link you need to go to if you wish to donate to the Extra Life stuff. All
Now,
donations.
of course, that will be available.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say that link will be available throughout the day when the stream's happening.
Correct.
It will be posted at least once an hour.
It'll be
and
posted
it'll
at least
be,
once every half hour, I'd say, just to keep bumping.
Yep, and then we'll also
Get it
put
right in the
it
face.
in one of the boxes right below the stream, so that you don't have to be looking through the chat all the time to try and find it. It'll just be sitting right there.
Yep.
Are we able to do like an annotation or a tag or anything like that you can click on to take you to?
Yeah, I'll do that after this. Yeah.
Through? Yeah, are we able to set that up? Yeah, because that'll be a nice and easy way.
Yeah, I'll do that after this. Yeah, and just point people down. We do have a specific overlay
so
as well.
okay.
So yeah.
Right,
So what are you doing, Daddy?
I think that's about everything. Yeah, I was going to say, so that's Extra Life.
Yeah.
I'm still under a rock in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by water. What's been going on?
Not a huge amount. To be honest, apart from me coming back from hiatus because of work stuff, which I no longer have. So that's
I have a load more bet. My dad bought me.
that's an update for you.
There you go.
Like,
Lager.
This podcast.
You bought me a case of 20.
This
Is it
podcast
sponsored
is
by
not
Bex?
sponsored by Bex, unfortunately, but we wish they did.
Oh, that's what I came here for.
But
Can
also,
it be sponsored by
If it
Border
was
Biscuits?
sponsored by
That'd be pretty good.
anyone, then it would come to me.
Should I mix the Bex with the other stuff?
no.
Probably best not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, another update, Anthony, is I now have this
Moonball.
moonball. I now have a moonball.
Actually, that's
But
like
it really mess with microphones and screens and webcams. Just
Oh,
got a
yeah,
bouncy
like,
ball to throw around. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Anthony. We actually told you about the intention of instead of moonball, stress ball.
Oh, I can get them.
No, I've not heard about stress ball.
Okay, Catherine's going to go get them. So for our extra live stream, Catherine has bought, I believe it's 12 or 24 Earth-shaped stress balls. So it's a much safer way of moonball.
It's
The
safe.
whole
I
point
don't
of
know about
moonball
that.
wasn't for it to be safe.
Let's hold my drink.
So basically, instead of shouting moonball, we just shout stress ball. And then stress balls get ricocheted around the room.
You managed to knock a microphone on the floor without throwing objects around. What
Imagine what
chances
it's
have the
gonna be like
microphone's
with the
got
mic-
with them?
They have
Yeah.
no chance.
I've got a feeling that the stream will go down within the first 15 minutes,
Just choose
solely
Catherine.
because
That's,
someone.
It
That's
happens to
optimistic,
us
Anthony.
all the time,
He's not wrong though.
even without
The
moonballs.
Wi-Fi router is just a target at that point.
Oh, Catherine's
I
already
could
painted like a
throw
big
one at-
circle
No,
on it.
please don't throw it at your router.
Yeah.
Well, you can do it just now because there's time to fix it.
I mean, I could just stick a cardboard box over the
Well,
router.
at the end of the
I
day,
have a pile of cardboard boxes.
those are not going to be
over there.
released until like the end of the stream,
Oh,
like about 10 hours in. Then we will release the stress balls. But until then,
that's not the end of the stream. It's not even half.
well, at least we've done half of it.
But I
Release
do
all the
intend to
stress
stop.
balls.
Stress
So
balls.
to carry things on just a little bit, we've
Yeah.
we've got
Yeah.
some very interesting special guests with us today.
We do.
And maybe we, for anyone who doesn't know, you guys, do you want to take a couple of minutes and just, talk about the sort of things that you do stream-wise, sort of a little bit about yourselves?
Yeah, we'll go with Shaggy because he's the bigger guy. With the most
What are you
handsome
saying?
go first,
Stop.
obviously.
What are you trying to say?
You're a better Shaggy is going to be on every single podcast with us now because he keeps getting all these compliments.
Oh, no, obviously, yeah. I mean,
Nasty Chewy in the chat, the bottom right guy, pretty handsome. There you go, Shock.
Is that bottom right on the left-hand side of the screen or bottom right on the bottom right-hand side of the screen? Because, we're both handsome.
That's slightly biased. This Jimmy is from Saggy.
But, yeah, no. I mean, I just mess around on Twitch a lot. I don't tend to be a streamer by any strength, but I just get drunk and play games and have fun.
Which
Very
is what
interesting.
really matters in gaming.
They should be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you focus on with your streams in terms of like a game or a type of gameplay and all that sort of stuff?
No, I just play fun. I just got my new gaming PC within the last year, so that's
Nice.
opened up a whole work of Steam and a whole heap of just awful games that people seem to buy me to play.
Oh, like when you played Seducer.
Super Seducer,
Oh,
that is
Jesus
a
Christ.
hell of a
I am
game.
expecting that to get banned on Twitch at some point.
That's why I've already played it now.
Just fine,
Yeah,
it's out of
because
the way.
not
He's already
banned
done
yet.
it.
And how about the self-proclaimed lesser streamer?
I am. I'm not even a film yet. I'm at the opposite end of the spectrum of Shaggy. As I've just started out. I'm still sort of finding my feet. Mainly play a bit of like Destiny 2, but I think I'm going to be working other games into my schedule at some point. Trying to get other people involved, and basically at the minute I'm sort of in that phase where I'm just trying to get myself out there and
Which is the hardest bit of
exposing
Twitch.
myself. Yeah, I'm exposing myself to as many people as possible.
You just gotta go out there, have fun doing it, and it'll come to you eventually. It's
But
just-
decent exposure, not indecent.
So since we're also talking about exposure, let's just get both of them, their channel links dropped into the chat. For anyone who doesn't already subscribe to either of them, please go ahead and get involved because these guys are some pretty
Follow.
good streamers. They do a lot of, whatever. I've been living under a rock.
I mean, Shaggy you can subscribe to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I am affiliated. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Hey, subscribe to me, give me your money." I don't. It's not the thing that I do it for. If that makes sense.
Well, it's the sort of thing any of us
Everyone likes
here
to get
do
a bit
it
of
for.
money. You know what I mean? It's
Most of us here like to do it for a hobby. If it brings in a tiny bit of money, great. But
For me,
Aside
it's
from
fully a
that,
hobby.
it's a hobby. Which actually, to be fair, as far as I know, was the only
That
reason
is
that Rooster
Shaggy.
Teeth started. They didn't intend to make a business out of it, and it just sort of happened.
Well, yeah, it did just sort of happen where
Everything
It went
fell into place at the right time.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. And that just comes down from enjoying what you do.
Exactly.
Which is
If you
what I
enjoy
tell
what you do.
everyone that says, "Hey, I want to stream." I just say, "Look,
Just
you
do
have
it.
to want to do it. You have to want to do it, as in enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't just say, I want to do it because I want to be famous."
At the end of the day,
You've
we've
got
now
to-
been doing this for over a year now, which, Jesus Christ, is quite
Well-
terrifying. No, right, okay, so context. We started off as RT, what was it, RT UK Community YouTube channel?
RTUK community
Community YouTube channel, yeah.
YouTube channel, yeah.
Which we did for a while until we realised that if we wanted to do anything further than that, we'd have a huge amount of copyright issues, and Rooster Teeth would probably find a way to stop it. So we basically sort of shifted to 409'd.
Can I ask what is the 409'd about?
Right, so
Because
409'd.
of all things, I've followed you since before.
so-
you had the name, but I never really asked.
Do you want me to explain it, Anthony, or should you?
this was
Random.
You would run.
right. The best way that I can describe it is this was a decision that was made after 2 o'clock in the morning. And for anyone who's watched How I Met Your Mother, you never make a decision after 2 o'clock in the morning. So we were going through a list of HTML error codes, which for anyone who doesn't understand, including myself, these are the different codes that your web browser sends to your server. Blah 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 blah. Some sort of problem. Like
Yeah,
whenever there's a
exactly.
problem with a website,
Yeah.
it sends a signal, and if you actually look it up, is the error code for conflict.
Which is why, if you look at
We
a
have
few
a lot
things,
of that.
and why if you look
Yeah.
up above me, it says conflict, because this is the 409 podcast, or what was originally going to be called Conflict, which changed to the 409 podcast. So it's the Conflicted podcast, which is why we did it.
Yeah, so that's just where the name comes from. I think we've explained that one at some
Yeah, we
point.
have.
I know we've talked about it in the background, but I don't know. I'm
We've
pretty
never
sure, like,
fully explained how it came about.
yeah, that's most likely. For sure.
And to quote Anthony, never make a decision after 2 a.m. because when you do, you create 409'd, which is conveniently on our website.
Is it? Is it on the website?
After you just explained that, I feel like I did know that now. So
Yeah.
potentially it was when I was drunk at RTX,
RTX.
and maybe I asked
was just-
Anthony then.
It
could well
I
have
was just
happened.
about to say, I think that might have happened where we were talking at some point. in the
And
box, and
that is still the website.
So it is on our website. And now, Anthony, if you'd like to segue us into this part about...
Well, do you know what? It was a bit early, but I can't really give up that segue, can I?
No, you can't. I'm not letting you.
No, now
So-
you pointed it out.
If you was
Yeah.
to make a website, where would you go to make a website?
I'm not even ready for it. Jesus Christ.
You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to always be ready.
It's true. Anyway,
No.
Okay, I've
Just now
finally
searching
got
for
the
the ad
ad read.
read.
So
I'm so glad I'm
right,
home alone.
let me just quickly. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. I want to take a little second to talk to you about Squarespace. Squarespace is a service that allows you to create fantastic looking websites without having to understand that weird HTML coding thing I was talking about earlier. They provide you with wonderful, easy to use templates, and they're totally customizable in a million different ways. Squarespace, as we've just been talking about there, also powers our own website here at 409.
it does.
Check it out at www.409.co.uk. The
409D
site link should be on the
.co.uk.
screen. Oh wait, I'm actually not on camera. There's no point in me doing it. That's what I said. 409D. I can't
So
speak.
professional.
I also posted it in the chat.
But yeah, so check out www.409d.co.uk for a great example of what a Squarespace website can look like. For just £10 a month, you can create professional-looking websites and only have to be as tech-savvy as me, which is not tech-savvy at all. I mean, I can barely understand how it works. They provide you with 24/7 customer service, and right now, if you go to squarespace.co.uk.com, what are they .com?
Let me check.
Something
Let me
novel.
check for you.
I
But
think it's a .com.
So it's
Can someone confirm?
squarespace.com. Unfortunately, we are not
I'm pretty sure it's
affiliated
a
with
.com.
Squarespace, but
Squarespace.com.
I have Yoda.
Yeah, but if you go to squarespace.com,
Yep.
they will give everybody a chance to do a free trial. No credit cards necessary.
correct.
Squarespace, try Squarespace. Build it beautiful.
It is beautiful as well. Like everything about Squarespace is.
Cheers
right.
to it.
I've got a feeling I'm going to have to redo that for the final edit on YouTube. But
Yeah, you will. But let's just push out our logo now and bring it back to how it was.
But yeah, so Squarespace is pretty cool. Our website, hopefully. Oh, that reminds me. So this is a little bit vague. Did that thing get done?
That thing.
The thing that I asked to be done with
Facebook.
regards to a particular page.
Yeah. I did that immediately. Yeah.
Right, that's fine.
Anyway.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's lots of really cool stuff on the website. The website will become a little bit more interesting soon. I've got some stuff that I have to get done.
Ooh. I don't know about this.
No, I've not told you to go and do it yet.
Ah.
Secret stuff. Ooh.
But yeah, so the personal plan for me is I would love to have the website do a whole lot more. So just now we pretty much rely solely on the Twitch channel
Yeah.
and Discord. I really want to get a lot more involved with the website. We've got the store link on there, and that's hopefully going to get something pretty cool coming.
Yep.
Between Christmas and New Year,
Which hopefully
I'll
Anthony will tell me about after the podcast, so I can at least plan for it.
Yeah, well, that'll be a much more future thing.
Okay, good.
I'm
At least
too
I don't have
busy
to think about it yet.
Like, yeah, I'm still doing like 80-hour weeks at this point, so I've not got time to
Bloody
actually
hell.
sit down and do it. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, websites, they're absolutely amazing. It's a great way to get yourself out on the internet. How about yeah, just go ahead and give it a try. You know, they don't ask for a credit card or anything. You can actually just give it a try, see what your website can muck about with a lot of different.
And you can get some very cool URLs for your backend.
Yeah,
Sounds worse than it
Backend.
is.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
It's like
Just
going to
Patricus-
Uranus and
Patricus.
select class.
But yeah, so yeah, that's Squarespace over and done with. I don't have anything else on my end.
I don't
But
know
of course,
how you
I
do
did
this,
just join the
Daddy.
podcast in an hour.
I think Catherine's now feeling really ill.
I've had 2 shots of yoga and I don't feel well.
Wow, Catherine's a lightweight.
How do you cope, Shaggy?
Yeah, but you've got to
I also
remember
like to point
Catherine.
out that I never made her do these either.
No, he didn't.
No,
Um,
I did the first one for some stupid reason.
I would
Right,
also make
The
the
okay.
point.
second one,
Since this has happened, I have to
blaming
step in
you.
and say this. Drinking is absolutely fine, but please drink responsibly. There is no need to be doing anything absolutely stupid. I
I
know
have
this
a house
completely
to myself.
destroys about 5 of your streams each week, Shaggy.
Mhm.
But let's just drink responsibly, okay?
Which, and
it
responsibly,
helps
does not
with pain.
is not the same per person.
No, it's fine.
It
Me and
changes
Shaggy
per
cancel each other out because I don't drink at all, and Shaggy
It's the
drinks a
same here.
lot, so we balance each other out.
but then-
the yin and yang.
I mean, there's the thing with Catherine though. You got to remember, Catherine's about 4'6" and really
I'm
small build.
tiny.
So she's not a lightweight. She literally is.
She's literally like
She's literally a lightweight. She's literally the definition of an alcoholic lightweight because that is what it is. So I'm just. These are really good as stress balls.
Everything's gone
Anyway.
numb.
Right. Moving on very quickly. I need to try and find in the last.
I mean,
like,
you've also got the Spider-Man DLC.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah,
I
so-
really need to play that.
And Red Dead
Not out
Redemption comes out on Friday, so everyone can
Let's
watch
just
us balls shrink
ignore the
anymore.
Red Dead and move on. No, I'm kidding. I personally
I
don't very
wanna
much care
smash
for Red Dead.
something.
Yeah, please don't.
so we're well.
I have
here-
an empty bottle. I want to smash the bottle.
It's
Don't.
probably
Catherine, please don't.
here's something for us. Who's in the PlayStation ecosystem? Catherine, stop.
Whatever that
Please,
noise
or
is,
you will
Catherine,
just
it's-
be taken off the podcast. I'm serious at this point. I will go down to a 4-camera setup.
Uh,
I have
So-
a PlayStation. I got it solely to play Spider-Man. I
Right,
really need to stream more of that.
I
Okay,
have a
so your question then
PlayStation.
is
Oh,
yeah, so-
God, everything
but it's a
comes out.
footrest. There it is.
Stop has literally. Well, it's broken, so it is
It's not
literally a
broken,
footrest.
it just needs like the reinitialization thing doing through a USB stick.
Oh right,
And
you
I
just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
It's not a bread
Buy it off
knife,
your stop.
Demo. It's a reenactment short sword. Well, that's a.
Is that like a full size claymore, Catherine, or
No, it's a
No,
reenactment
it's a
short sword.
I used to do reenactment. For
It's a bit like
a
Sting,
year,
basically.
maybe. Yeah. I have a shield somewhere.
Here's an
over there.
interesting topic of the
And
podcast.
alone.
What random shit does
I
Catherine
have an arm and a shield,
Um,
which I will probably get out for the 24-hour live stream.
I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of
In my
things that
house.
will happen on that live stream because we'll be at Catherine's.
Yeah,
Um,
and I honestly can't hear anything anymore.
Yes.
Vaguely hear stuff. Oh my god. I just want to lie down.
You can if you want.
Yeah.
that's it? Man down.
That's better.
Oh, God.
Well,
lost
I
Catherine, everyone.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the question. Yeah, PlayStation.
well, no, I was.
But no, I don't have a PlayStation. Well, actually, as Chewy just put out in the chat, I do PlayStation streams, but I do them on a PS2 for my Throwback Thursday streams.
Yeah.
Oh, I enjoyed the
Right,
adult
okay, that's what's
side.
happened.
You're right, Anthony.
A Dog's Life was fun.
Yeah, that was I got some throwbacks like random
No,
games and stuff.
I
so-
remember playing that when I was friends of my sisters.
Hmm.
That was a fun
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, so apparently I left my Wi-Fi on, and it was trying to connect to.
Was that why you were getting really sort of pingy audio? Right, that might be why.
Yeah, I disappeared for
Oh.
a second there.
I guess Catherine. But yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna. Sorry, mind your ears.
But yeah, I'm quickly googling to find out what has been happening in the world because no one seems to know.
To be honest, no one
Nothing.
really. I mean, apart from like
Read
political
the
stuff, like
world.
Trump deciding
Okay.
to start making more nukes. That's about it.
I mean, Saudi
Here-
Arabia
here's
decides to
something-
kill a journalist.
Here's
Yeah,
something
that's-
that ties in.
The world's going in a
to-
bit crazy in a way, but
Carry on, Anthony.
YOLO.
So I talked about something
Oh, shit.
privately
Oh shit.
with the 409 stuff,
Shit.
and it happened to relate to some esports stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I've just discovered here. So for anyone who isn't aware of him, the guy's name's Mike Ashley. He was the former owner of Newcastle Football Club
Still is the owner.
and
yeah.
head of Sports Direct, which is like a stupid
Piece of crap.
sales retail place.
Yeah, I
He
buy
is-
my boxer shorts from there. They're dirt cheap.
He's dipped his toe into esports.
And also dirt. Sorry, no, he hasn't dipped his toe into dirt. I'm talking about Shaggy's boxer shorts. So they're dirt cheap and also dirt. They're cheap and dirt. Yeah, but I didn't know this, Anthony.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the story here. So he's bought.
Oh, he's bought a team.
Uh,
Right, got it.
Yeah, he's bought
He's-
a team for 3.2 million.
It's
the
bad,
below-
Wait,
Belong.
no.
50%. He's bought a majority.
No, he hasn't bought a team.
He's bought the large game.
He's
essentially
bought Belong.
game.
He's
Yeah.
bought Game.
Oh, has he got the
He's bought the
He's a
Belong
majority
arm of.
shareholder in game.
Oh. Right, Game's going to crap then, everyone.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
let's
so
be honest. Games
that ties.
No, Game's
is
good.
a bit of a flawed shop anyway because the gaming market is heading to majority sort of
digital downloads.
digital. So
You've also got to remember though that Game is one of those
Oh, well,
companies
sorry.
that A sells Woboba, B
Is it?
they sell moonballs. I asked, and they actually do, but they also sell collectibles, which let's be honest, I'd rather look at before I buy. So Game
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
if
yeah.
they move towards a predominantly collectibles and esports arenas market, they might still have a chance.
I'm not for a second saying they're going to go under, but what I'm saying is
No.
it's not like it's not a thriving market. You got to look at
Yeah.
things like how HMV are really struggling now. They're moving
Hmm.
into, like you say, less of the music into more of physical.
Hell, look at John
It's the only
Lewis
way
as
that
an
high
example
street
as well.
can-
John
It
Lewis,
doesn't show up on their website.
who you wouldn't expect to be into gaming that much, have started actually buying in gaming mice and keyboards, because they know it's a big market now. And they also are now selling scan PCs, so pre-builds. John Lewis actually sell pre-built PCs. John Lewis, the company who everyone generally associates with being posh. But to be honest, they are starting to actually get some really, really, really good deals through John Lewis now. And they're starting to become a viable competitor to places like Game because they sell all the video games online with next day delivery. And it's like Game takes 3 to 5 working days.
I
Yeah.
will say, Shaggy, you did hit the nail on the head quite well with the move to
did.
digital downloads.
You did.
I think would I be right in saying that all of us are now in pretty much a digital download position?
I still
I-
prefer physical.
I prefer physical, but I've got to be honest, I'd rather sit here, go to Steam, click on a button, and download the games. Now, the biggest
Yeah.
problem
Okay, you
is...
A physical copy of No Man's
Yeah,
Sky
like that.
on the
But,
Apple.
okay, so
I don't know
consoles
why.
aside, because consoles are still actually quite a lot
And
discs.
So
My PC hasn't got a CD-ROM, so it's,
And-
Mine
yeah,
does.
I
I'm one of
like
the few people.
physical things because obviously you get like the collector's editions
I'm one
with
of
the
the
bits
few
and
people.
pieces in. But on the other side of it, I like the convenience of everything being digital.
Yeah, I mean, and also the biggest issue with digital biggest issue with digital is internet download speeds, and all of us being from the UK, we
Well-
know how much this can vary.
So I'm going to
Mine's
jump
fine.
in. I'm going to jump in right now and say this. So the thing that you have just said with regards to with it being downloads,
yeah.
we talked. When was the last time I was on? 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
And I was talking about a very, very scary story that I saw, and that was to do with
I'm
the
watching
new
this.
Call of
Well,
Duty. The new
Oh.
Call of Duty having, what was it? It was something like a 40 gigabyte day one patch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it is also 100
gigabyte
gig.
patch. Yeah.
But I later read a couple of days after that basically, regardless of whether or not you were doing digital download, you still had to do that 40 gig day one patch because the disc didn't have the game on it.
No, and right, this is a big
The
problem
disc
as
was
well.
basically DRM.
So this is a big problem
What
with
does
games, and they still do it. The
DRM?
first game to download rights management, I think, or downloadable rights management. I think it's
Resource.
download or whatever it is. It's a thing.
There's an authorization. It's just an authorization
digital
code.
resource management. I
Yeah.
think, but
So what's the point in having a physical disc if it only has?
That's the point.
There's
no,
no
that's
problem.
my point. So like the first game to do this properly and be was
Half-Life
actually
2.
GTA 5. It was Half-Life 2, and then the one which really got people
You were
riled up
about
was
to say GTA.
5. No, wait. So it was Half-Life 2 that did it with multiple discs. But then you have fly forward to GTA 5, and you had people buying games and didn't realise that they'd have to install 7 discs. 7 individual discs.
I remember
GTA
getting.
Sorry, Anthony?
Oh no, I'm just trying to think about that. You didn't.
Just
Well, no,
double
you,
check.
yeah, you
did.
kind of had. You have to do a lot. Well, a lot of the stuff that you get in disc form now, you have to do like an initial. I mean, it started off with just like a couple of megabytes and a gigabyte and so on.
Yeah.
And it fake allowed you to play whilst it was downloading and so
Oh god,
on.
I hate that. I hate that, and it's a thing only done by Ubisoft, and it's so frustrating. How it goes, your game is now playable, and also Battle.net does it, and it goes, your game is now playable, but you may not experience some things. It goes into Rainbow Six Siege. Oh, you need to wait for this to fully download before you can even play anything. Well, don't tell me it's available then.
Well,
It's
no,
not
you're allowed to
available.
you can get into the start menu.
Yeah, I know, and that's all they care about. It's like, you can technically play this game. You can hit play and get into the menus, but you can't do anything else. And it's just
But
like,
yeah, so that's something I just wanted to say. Is that's what discs have become now. They've just become for consoles. They have become the that tells it to go and search on Steam or on Origin or on Battle.net for all the data and download it onto the device to sit and
Yeah.
play it.
So
So
discs-
physical copies aren't really anything.
they're
Yeah,
not necessary anymore.
Discs are essentially now physical Steam codes. That's all they are.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
and it was basic. It's
All it
basically
is.
discs are effectively like having a floppy disk. There's just no need in them anymore because the fact is, majority of people, nice hat, but the majority of people have fast enough internet speeds. Now, of course, there are a lot of people who don't.
Well, speak for yourself.
The majority, and then of
I
course
mean,
you
like I
have
said, I'm literally under a rock.
So you
There's a
have-
reason that I keep stopping, and it's because I realize my connection goes to a ping of about 500,000.
Yeah. it's gonna be a fair bit, I presume, until Anthony's back at a stable internet connection.
I'm fixing it. It's not easy to fix, but I'm fixing it.
He's a cat.
See, the thing for me is when it's to like digital disc.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'll show you an example.
Okay.
The problem that I have with digital is I, like a lot of you, will have grown up in a time where I remember having to you have to protect your discs.
Yeah.
You have to leave them a certain side up so that you don't get scratches on it, because
Yeah.
if you get a scratch on it, then you can't play it.
And then you had to go to, incidentally, Game to get your discs clean because you couldn't just buy your own disc cleaner at that point.
So with discs, the things I used to like is you get like nice collector's editions with physical things in
Oh,
that you
yeah.
can actually have.
Yeah.
Like Destiny.
Yeah, I've got the Destiny
Hang on a sec.
collector's edition
Also
of
join
Destiny
stopping
1. So like, it's nice having things where it's like collectibles. So this Borderlands, which is the game has like a Marcus bobblehead, has like a map, stickers, things like that. And I think that's the thing that you sort of miss a little bit when you move
but
away from.
at that point, I know you're getting the game, but are you buying the game or are you buying those bits? I would say you're paying for those.
Oh yeah,
bits.
you're paying for
They
the
might
bits
as well
more
just
than
give
the
you
game.
the code. I bought a Halo 5 thing at Insomnia a few years ago, not long after it just come out.
Yeah.
And it had Master Chief and whoever the other guys. I don't know. I've never played 5. I never got round to it. But it was this big box that it came with all these bits in it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The game was just a piece of paper with the code on it.
It's so
And at
frustrating.
that point, that's what that might as well be because you don't need the disc because the disc.
Yeah,
Is
we've
this-
definitely moved away from the point. I mean, I'll still remember one of my greatest video game memories, and I mean, even to this day. So, this is a bit of a call out. If anyone does find this anywhere, please send me a link somehow.
What's this?
But I remember playing Three Kingdoms: Fate of the Dragon, and that's a game that you couldn't download. It was only playable off a disc,
Yes.
and I miss that. I miss the times where if your disc didn't work or if you lost your disc, you lost your entire game.
Hey, Anthony,
It's a
I
bit like
found
if
it.
you lost your memory card. No, you didn't.
I found it.
No, you didn't.
I found it, mate.
Huh?
There's no way in hell you found it that quick.
I
because
found
I've
it
been
on
searching
Amazon,
now
mate.
for months.
I found it on
I've been
Amazon,
ser-
mate.
I've been looking on Amazon for months.
I found 4 on Amazon, mate.
Jesus, that was quick.
Are you sure you're on about the right game then?
No,
Dave?
3 Kingdoms,
Yeah,
Fate of the
no.
Dragon, PC CD. It was released in
2001.
2001, and you can buy them used for £2.42, or 1 pence if you want to risk it for a biscuit.
I would say,
mean,
oh, we'll
he's
all
got a
buy them
point.
then, but one of us is going to miss out. But then I haven't got a CD
Now,
ROM anyway.
biggest issue, obviously, is
Nor
you
do
then
I.
have to run it in compatibility mode because, of course, 3 Kingdoms Fate of the
Everything,
Dragon
yeah.
only ran on XP, ME, NT 98 and 2000. You can still run it, it just won't run very well.
Yeah.
I can't play old games.
You
on
will
Steam.
Well,
100%.
to be fair, I still have the tower that I had when I was playing that game back in 2001.
There you go, then problem solved.
I mean, I'll also make the point as well. There's one game which I really want to.
I'd have to find a monitor with a VGA.
All of my monitors have VGA, and they're new.
I had a similar sort of thing when I found a mod on the internet that allowed Tony Hawk. You could play any level off of any Tony Hawk game, but it
Okay.
used Tony Hawk Underground 2 as its engine. So you had to have Tony Hawk Underground 2 on PC to use this mod.
And there won't be that many people that have that.
There aren't. There's like people selling them on eBay, but they're going for a lot, or even not a lot, but they even like it was just more than what I wanted to pay. Also, I haven't got a CD-ROM, so I was trying to find a crack on the internet for any of it.
No, there's no such thing as a crack. No one would ever do that.
No.
No, not at all.
No,
it was just like-
that's not a thing.
I was really struggling to find this game. I was like, this is one of the best mods I've ever seen, but they put it on such an obscure thing that was a CD-only game back in the day, in the same sort of thing.
Since we're talking about it, Thug was the best in that series.
Thug.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the first-
100%.
The original Tony Hawk Underground was the
Yes.
best skating game in history.
Who was that
Yeah,
made by
it's just-
again?
It was Activision and
Activision.
Neversoft.
Neversoft with the most amazing logo.
Yeah,
From
with
the spike
eyeball,
going through the eyeball.
spike,
Yeah. And I still
Tony Hawk
remember
and
that.
Tony Hawk games through history.
Now,
have been
I'm
my
kind
game
of
franchise, which is
hoping-
Why when I saw this mod, I was like, every Tony Hawk level. It hasn't got the story modes, unfortunately, but
I'm
it's
kind of
like
hoping that's still
every
viable.
every level on Tony Hawk. I was like, this is the greatest mod of all time, and
And it was
Never-
one of the first PS2 games with network play.
I definitely. Now,
That's not weird though. Like, you
all the Tony
can't-
Hawk games were so good.
There's no, you can't play Tony Hawk games on PC
No,
like,
you
without
can't.
having like an emulator. Like, and I don't know if anyone's played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, but it's ass.
Don't remind me of that.
No, I gave up American Wasteland,
Stop.
which actually conveniently is when Neversoft went
I'm
out
sorry.
of
What
business.
was?
and they
I'm
sold
sorry. What was
them.
that about? Not being able to play any of the Tony Hawks on PC stuff.
I mean, I've got them. Technically, I've got Tony Hawk Underground
Tony Hawk's
2 on
Underground 2 on PC is a thing.
But
Where?
he is right though. I've got a CD emulator that I've had to put on my PC. So
Okay.
actually, when I say I haven't got a CD drive, that is a lie. I just don't have a physical CD.
I can't send it to you, Stop. But so Tony Hawk's Underground 2 was actually a PC game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but it'll
it
be
came
like-
with 3 discs. So it was one of the few games that came with more than one disc.
Discs.
Which means Stop can't play it. Because he doesn't have a disc drive. I do, because of the fact that there
I
are old
don't.
games. One thing I didn't know.
I didn't find a dodgy download on the internet of it though. Don't worry, guys.
Does anyone know, and I hope you do, of Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup?
I never played it.
Oh my god! It's possibly one of the best games, and it's the one game. If I had to, actually, here's a question for you all whilst I'm on this.
I played the
What
second
ga-
or
so-
third and first one.
So Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup is one game that I would really want to see remastered to professional levels now, because
Spartan Total Warrior.
yeah, because then Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup has some really good mechanics, and it's a PS2 game, and it's horrific graphics, like horrific. It's horrendous. You'll have nightmares looking at Harry's face, but
Like, if there's any game that they could remaster for PS2 era, Spartan Total Warrior, that game is a genuine masterpiece.
That's
like-
in Spyro. Oh wait, they've already done it.
yeah, they
no,
literally
it's
remastered Spider-Man better than the
Ratchet.
original. So
That is a really
I
good
love
question.
Slash.
yeah, like what would you want to see remade?
Because, well, I mean, the thing that I would personally have Metal Gear, but they've just done that. So
exactly.
Yeah, they've got the
think-
HD
I mean-
collection as well.
yeah, so I'm trying to think what would be.
If you had to
It's
pick
not-
3, what would you pick?
It's difficult, really, isn't it, Anthony?
I mean, I'd say something like, how about like Medal of Honor Frontline,
Ooh.
which was the basically the game of Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
Imagine that with modern day graphics. It just that's no online. There's been online off. Just do it the story mode on it.
Hmm.
HD it up. But
There's
then
a lot
I don't
of
think
games.
those graphics were as awful as what you remember.
Yeah,
So
but
I have
it's-
that game.
That's the thing. You're trying to think of like really bad graphics games,
And Harry
maybe
Potter
some
is one of them.
Dark Cloud.
Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Simpsons
want to see
City
I've
that.
got
Yeah,
one.
but the
I've got
best
one.
part.
PS1, Hogs of War.
Yes.
Oh,
What a game that is.
No.
My disc is ruined. I owned it twice because I rebought it on eBay and it's ruined again.
so I'm pretty sure you can get it on
Uh,
Steam, you know.
You
can
can
get
Hogs
Hogs
of
of War
War
on
on
Steam.
Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaggy's going to
I'm
spend
just
his
getting my
money.
phone out right now.
Right, that
Tell
is,
you what, Shaggy.
Being on someone else's podcast.
that is
um,
Shaggy's next 5 stream sorted.
Noticed how everyone has immediately got their phones out. And it's
Because I'm
Shaggy,
buying it.
I was
I
going to
don't
say,
believe you. I really don't believe you.
I don't have my Steam.
I'm also
on
going
my
to go and
phone.
search for it. Hogs of... Oh my god, it is.
Is it the original one? How is it only £4 as
Oh
well?
my god, it is. It's got mixed reviews, but my... Look, here you go, proof. Hogs of War.
Okay, I do
Yes.
apologize for everyone who's going to be watching the next 4 or 5 of Shaggy's streams. But Hogs of War,
Hogs of War is only £4
was
as
it
well.
was it Rick Mail who did the
Rick Mail was on
commentary
it,
for
It
Yeah.
is, yes, it was.
Like Rick
Classic.
Mail is in that
It is, yeah, it's who you're thinking of.
The guy from Bomb.
But yeah,
The
it,
young ones.
yeah.
He died a
that's-
few years ago.
he did,
Yeah, he did.
unfortunately. But,
Rest in
I
peace.
love the young ones.
I mean, Hogs of War was always on
Effing
PC.
Mail.
It was always on the PC. It was actually, to be fair, it ran on Windows 98 and Windows 95. It was originally on the PC as well. A lot of those games were.
Oh, I mean, I only got a PC of any sort of gaming standard about a year ago. So
My
even-
PC.
even back
Actually,
then,
here's a question:
with-
What was everyone's first gaming rig? Let's start with Stop.
PS1.
Gaming rig being PCs.
Oh, my current one.
When did you get that?
yeah, I would probably say that
Definitely.
my current PC is my first gaming PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say my first gaming PC was actually my first PC. Because back then, obviously, you didn't need a heck of a lot to run most games.
I used to
Yeah, okay, I'll go back and say I had games on old PCs. They didn't run well, but they
Yeah, but
were.
you got to
By
remember
that-
15 FPS is
Yeah.
acceptable. That's
Yeah,
I remember I had a demo of Age of Empires 2
If we're going by
in
that,
like
then
2000.
Minesweeper
I've had a
counts as a
laptop
game,
for the
Gemma.
past
Right?
5
No. Everyone stop right now.
never.
Everybody stop right now. Stuart, you just said something that I want someone to clip. And whenever this is talked about ever, this clip gets brought in. Okay?
What, Minecraft counts
You
as
just
games?
said, and I quote, 15 FPS is acceptable. You just said 15 FPS acceptable.
Wait.
Just
Someone
sentenced
please clip
yourself.
that
I need to
and just
get
stop.
mine.
Have that.
Stop. The point is, what I said was at the
No,
time.
no.
I said at the time before it.
15 no. Someone run it back.
Cut it out again.
I said at the
in the
time
ed-
it was acceptable.
In the edit of this, when I want whoever is transferring it over to get back in and edit it.
Oh my
And
god.
right now, roll it back to the exact point when that was just said to show that what you said was acceptable. Therefore, whenever something happens and you say it's unacceptable, it should be 30 or it should be 60 or it should be 144. I want someone to run this shit.
I said at the
Run the
time
clip
in
and zoom in on it,
2005 it was
guys.
acceptable. Now it is not acceptable.
No. But yeah, so time it over.
I
I also, back in the day, I melted a motherboard on my PCs playing FIFA Road to World Cup '98
How?
How?
because it wasn't a gaming PC and I was
Ah.
playing it all day and it just melted that motherboard.
I mean, the first motherboard I've had was my. I think. Hang on, I will absolutely find this. But it was a. Oh god, it was a PC World like 2006 PC, and it was a horrendous. I mean, I'm not going to say it too loud because I got it for a birthday present when I was about 7. But I mean, it was a Core 2 Duo, so it wasn't massively powerful, but it was enough that I can still play PlanetSide 2 at 30 FPS. And it
I
ran
used
off.
to get back in the early 2000s. There was a magazine that used to come out that was 101 demos, and it was just really well, it was just PC demos, but it was never good
Yes.
PC demos because the good ones would never play on my PC anyway. But it was just that, and then it was just at the end of it, there was just like 20, 30 of these really rubbish, like borderline flash indie games. I used to play them. That was what I used.
To play all the
game back in the day.
PS2 ones. You know when you used to get magazines, you used to get discs
Yeah.
with demos, and it
That was. Hey, before I started Twitch streaming, that was my claim to public acclaim in gaming. I got into one of those PlayStation magazines, official PlayStation magazine.
nice.
Back in the
When?
PS1 days, when they were talking back to Tony Hawk,
Roughly when?
they did Tony Hawk Run of the Months.
We need to find that.
I'm finding it right now.
Unfortunately,
What issue was it?
I can tell you, I don't know what issue is. All I know is it's around issue 82 of official PlayStation magazine.
Thank you.
This has on it Tony Hawk Run of the Month, but there isn't my Run of the Month. So it's either 81 or 83 or in that area. I would love to get it because
I'm now finding it.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Which champ man, Elmore? That,
We have-
champ man.
I used to
everyone in the
subscription,
internet finding it.
every Christmas I used to get the
Was that in the PS2 magazine or PS1
no,
magazine?
PS1. It would have been issue 82, which would have. Has it got a date on this? Is 2001 roughly.
Oh my god, people are selling them on eBay.
Buy it.
But anyway, one of them I got a thing, and I came second, and I won like a Dave Mirra
£1
BMX T-shirt,
That's cool.
some, like Tony Hawk stickers, a PS1 game, which turned out to be. There was that it's like a pizza delivery
I'll
game.
be back in a second. This is Lou.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It
I
wasn't.
like
It was awful. But it was just like. That was my claim to fame. I had to send off my memory card, save a run, which I was Spider-Man on this Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. It was as Tony Hawk 3 had just come out, but I didn't have Tony Hawk 3. I was Spider-Man, and I did this whole entire level where I was about 1 minute 50 into the 2 minute run, and I bailed, grinding down the staircase. And I was like, oh, I can't be bothered to redo it because that was 1 minute 50 of awesome. And if I hadn't have bailed, I'd have won, but I bailed, so they gave me second place.
The only
Livid.
game I really played was The Sims 2. I spent so many weeks.
Oh, I used to have The Sims
Nonsense.
once. They'd never run 2.
I
but-
never played the first one. But me and my sisters used to play the hell out of the second one. Because that was back in the day when you could, several people could use the same disc.
Hmm.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, because that was like sort of share discs. and stuff.
Yeah.
We used to like buy the we'd all have the Sims actual because you needed that to play the game, but all well, they weren't DLCs, but they were expansion packs, weren't they? All you needed was just to install the thing and put the code in. So it'd be like, oh, I'll buy the house party. My mate bought hot date. My mate bought holiday or whatever. It was like we would just sort of pass them around each other.
Well, technically our dad or maybe mum.
These gamers,
Probably our dad.
Hacking
Games.
games.
Expansions.
Some real thing, the real spoilers in the chat there. Somebody's saying that Red Dead Redemption 2, if you go to the heat, the cold, the horse's balls shrink.
Yeah,
it is
let's
supposed
not
to be
have spoilers
really
in the chat,
realistic, but
How is balls shrinking a spoiler?
hey, when I stare at those horses' balls, I want to go. Oh, they shrink.
Does it happen in a vice?
Well, no, hold on. Right, so
They
here's a
Pee is
question
stored in
for
them.
you. So they shrink. That means that at some point, if you follow that horse for long enough,
They swell
that
up.
they'll expand.
They 100% do.
No, unless you put them in a vice.
See, the longer you ride the horse as well, because pee is stored in the balls, they get bigger.
Okay, I've been sent a message here. Let me just quickly read what this is. Let's keep vamping, shall we?
Yep.
Oh.
Can't say spoiler. My balls shrinking at all too.
Okay, so Chris, if you're still in the chat,
Yeah,
please
I don't
explain
want
that
to
for me,
go
please.
out. Hang on, Lenny.
But I can. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff like that because they did say that everything's a lot more realistic. It looks like they're putting a bit more of a Fallout style sort of everything matters approach to the game, aren't they? So
Well, you got to think they've got to milk this for 5 years before we've won
yeah,
6. So
because they said like things like if your character is out in the winter for too long, you know, he'll get cold and his stamina will deplete because he's not as strong and stuff like that because you have to adapt to the conditions.
I love that stuff. See, when a game tries to be as realistic as possible and Metal Gear Solid 3.
Definitely, yeah.
When your stamina would drain and you'd have to eat and you'd have to fix all your injuries, stuff like that. I love.
Poison,
yeah, I love that in games. So if that's the sort of thing going into Red Dead, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, I mean that's why they said they pushed the sort of thing like the little settlements and towns that you live in a sort of Fallout-y style thing. You have to do missions for them to make them stronger to defend themselves and stuff like that. So apparently all of your actions matter. Like the way you act around your settlements is how they act and stuff like that.
Do you know what's going to be amazing though when like credits and you're on a horse and then it cuts back and then it's like the beginning of Skyrim. It's just like another Skyrim port.
That damned game glitched on me so many times.
Right,
The 3
so-
houses achievement. I had
Just-
that and it didn't give me it.
Just before we move away from Red Dead, so I've just been sent a message from Chris. I'm gonna quickly say this is spoiler territory. Okay.
Dun dun dun.
So for anyone who doesn't want to be made aware, it's Red Dead related. This includes the guys on the stream here. So if you do not want to hear this, go ahead and mute. This is going to be
how
about
much of a
20
spoiler can it be 2 days
big.
before it comes out?
Well, it's not huge. but
Okay, so
it's
something that can be a
enough.
nice surprise. So yeah, okay, something that's not necessarily like game breaking or destroys the game experience.
It's not story or narrative related.
Okay, good.
But so I'm going to begin the spoiler warning right now.
You play as a cowboy.
Yeah, you did play as a cowboy, but
Dun,
yes.
dun,
So
dun.
I have discovered by Chris telling me that we were talking about them earlier. Achievement Hunters, Jeff Ramsey and Jack Patillo will be voice acting characters in Red Dead Redemption 2,
Shit,
and
that's
we
pretty
can
cool.
now end the spoiler.
I don't think that's really a bad spoiler. Let's be honest.
No, it's not. That's like
it's-
borderline
it's
an
pre-
Easter egg. And
Yeah,
I don't necessarily you can spoil Easter eggs because
Yeah,
you
it's pretty
still
cool.
have to find them, isn't it? You know.
I'm being told that there is video footage out there of this stuff, but
Well, I imagine
yeah,
Achievement
so-
Hunter will have that, so they're gonna
yeah,
they'll release it. They'll release it ASAP anyway, won't they?
most likely, yeah. But so do you know what, Stuart?
Just an Easter egg, Jamer. It wasn't nothing crazy.
I'm I'm going to
worry.
round out right now,
Okay.
and I've seen a lot of notifications come up on my Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So
So have I.
I think it's fair to say it.
What?
Pizza.
The thing.
Oh, what? The thing about the extra life?
Yeah. So
Because I know Dustless is posted about it.
yeah, I've seen a couple of posts, and do you know what? I'm going to say it right now. Well,
Can I say it?
With my beef
Can I say it,
jerky
please?
in the list.
So this is a huge announcement with regards to our extra life stream on the 3rd and 4th, and that is
For 1 hour.
yet unknown, but
Yep.
for 1 hour, go for it.
For 1 hour during our extra live stream, the 3rd and 4th of November, we will be on the Rooster Teeth Community Extra live stream. The official one.
The official Rooster Teeth community stream for Extra Life on the 3rd and 4th, we will be hosted for 1 hour. The time slot is as yet to be confirmed, but yeah, that's something that I didn't want to say earlier, but I've saw a lot of other communities, RT Florida, and so on.
I've been getting a ton of notifications. I don't know if it's the same thing, but
yeah, a lot of them have all announced.
Done now. What is done is done.
A lot of them have all said.
Be all available that weekend to come over.
But yeah, so we will have a lot of fun over the 20 involved as much as possible, but I don't know what will happen there. I'll just be a voice in the distance for most of it, calling out donations and so on.
Because unfortunately Anthony can't make it down because of the fact that he's kind of like miles up the top of the UK, so
he's like all the way up there.
I'm sure he'd make it down if he could.
I don't get this thing that a lot of people get called time off. So
it's overrated. Free time. Don't worry about it.
But
Free time, who needs it?
We're going to round out there. It's been amazing having both you guys here as special guests today.
Can I kidnap Shaggy?
Let's please get the links to their channels in the chat, please. Go ahead, make sure to follow and subscribe to the guys. They are awesome in every way, shape, or form. Is there any rounding out thoughts anyone would like to provide here before I tell them all to join in the raid?
No, I'll just say thanks for having me anyway.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks for having us. It's been great.
Oh, it's been a pleasure having you guys.
No, the fourth wall has been shattered. Look, just a green screen. I wasn't really in a digital mountain range.
Let's see.
So
but now you get the moment you can Photoshop your own Shaggy picture.
So let's find who we can raid. So we can either raid Game Attack.
Is Livid live?
Livid is live. Unfortunately, we have raided them for the last 2 streams running, so let's probably avoid raided the same people. Limited Night, unfortunately, I can't see on that list.
Jim stopped streaming.
Anthony, I'm going to leave it up to you. Game Attack or Livid? Both call out raids.
Livid.
Cool.
I can't find.
Yeah, so make sure to keep in for the raid. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that Livid get all of our viewers here. I want to say personally, thank you very much for listening and watching to this week's podcast. It's been a lot of fun.
Has.
I posted stop.
Please make sure that.
So him.
Shit, I clicked on the wrong one.
There we go. I posted myself in.
Yeah, there we go. Please make sure to follow and subscribe, guys. And
Doesn't matter.
We're moving.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Anthony, quickly round it up with a sentence. Go. Okay.
See you next week.
Bye.